Episode 5 is here. Dylan Cole, my special guest, first guest of
ever.
Music Mysteries. I'm excited.
Definitely.
But yeah, let's get a little background of you. We first met through an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, we did.
Through our college.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a little road.
Yeah.
It's been a little
together
while.
in LA for a year or two?
Just about a year, and we knew each other since then. But
I was out in LA and saw your name on an Excel spreadsheet from Worthington, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
So I called you up.
That's right. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I forgot if you called me or if I called you. It was you,
I
right?
think we called you, because we were out looking for apartments there. So
Yeah, dude.
there's the
It's weird thinking about
cold
that.
calling for a roommate.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And you're the only one around here that was going to MI.
Yeah, there's a couple people in Ohio, but I think you're the only one from Worthington. And I was like, that's down the street.
Yeah, I remember a dude from North Carolina who had a ad, or he had his name up there. I remember meeting him through the drum program again.
Okay.
And going, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's this kid. So it was kind of funny private messaging that kid and then actually meeting him later. It's interesting shit.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have taken a year off from school, then, because, I think we graduated a year apart, right?
Yeah, because you were 10.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have done that, then we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Oh, how crazy is that?
It's crazy how things like that fall together.
Not only that, I would have gone out solo, too. I would have been out there solo, probably afraid of the Hollywood streets.
I would have had to move in with some crazy person from Hollywood.
Which we all ended up doing eventually.
Yeah, pretty much. People on house arrest.
Oh my god. Speaking of whoa. Glitchy. Uh-oh. Oh no, is that my Pro Tools freaking out? Oh.
It's the NSA, bro.
Oh. Something's going on. Oh, that must have just been my mic. We're good.
I heard.
Let's make sure we're still rolling. Oh shit, it's out, dude. Wow, dude, my computer can't take Pro Tools.
Huh.
Whoa. Alright, well at least we're still rolling on the video. Apologies. Yeah, we'll just roll through the non-professional audio. But yeah, so I'm just following up with our storyline from last week. We were talking about Manson, about Charlie Manson and his crazy crew, and dude, that background's nuts. He actually was a musician.
Yeah, a really good musician, actually.
Pretty much sold some songs to the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And there's actually some Beach Boys stuff that made their record.
Yeah, it's weird how it's kind of intertwined with the entertainment industry and masterminding murders at the same time.
Isn't that creepy stuff? I'm sure there's people out there that are doing that still, man. Look at all the
Bill
Weinstein.
Spector.
Yeah, dude, that guy looks crazy too. Oh my god.
How'd you get that rich? I don't know. Some complex or what?
I think it's the hair, dude. Wasn't he the guy with the big fro in court?
All the crazy hair, yeah. Yeah, Guns N' Roses actually covered a Charles Manson song on the Spaghetti Incident album. They did a bunch of covers, like old punk covers, and it's actually a bonus track on the end of the album because the record company, just due to the controversy, still didn't want to put that cover on the main album. So if you let the last song roll out, I can't remember what the last song is. It goes straight into it's called a "What's Your Game, Girl."
That's a Manson song?
Yeah, it's a Manson song that they covered, but the record company wouldn't let them. They let them put it on the album, but wouldn't put it on the sleeve. It was just like a bonus track if you let it kept rolling.
Dude, that's weird.
I love that song. I learned it as soon as I heard it because it was a good song. But sometimes crazy people write good songs. So.
Yeah, well, it seems like the crazier the person is, the better the song is because they know that other dimension of
the
crazy
side.
shit. Yeah, I think what's even weirder, I have a wiki up here of this guy, or not of the guy, but did you know that he was supposed to kill his producer the night he killed Sharon Tate, the pregnant actress?
I didn't know that. Now, did he kill her, or did he have someone
Did Bin Laden do the 9/11, or was it just those Middle Eastern kids? I don't know.
I don't think they ever proved that he killed people, right? But he kind of had people kill people. But he could have killed people. You don't know.
See, that's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing.
That's even more.
Is pressing the button the crazy? Did Obama do this or did Trump do this? Just because he's in the White House? Yeah, exactly. That's what's weird is he was supposed to hit his old producer Terry Melcher's house, which ended up becoming Sharon Tate, and then oh my god, the director that's really fucking famous, Roman Polanski. He was actually out of town on a shoot when this happened, so he actually might have been killed too if he was in town.
That's crazy.
So this could have been a huge...
He just had a movie come out, didn't he? Or is it not?
I remember seeing a documentary about his rape case. Because there was this case he had. He was at Jack Nicholson's house in a hot tub with a minor chick. So Weinstein's not the first to do weird shit. Or Kevin Spacey isn't the first guy to do crazy shit in L.A.
I don't know if you were listening to the podcast about... they were talking about all those young boys in a swimming pool. It was all red. Ugh. Yeah, it was like a red lighting in the swimming pool, and it was all like underage boys at some Hollywood party. Ugh. Yeah, it's online. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
There's some rampant stuff around there. I don't know how many times I would walk up to Hollywood Boulevard to school, and I would see 30 shirt shops.
Yeah.
Not a tourist is going down, past Sunset on Highland? No. There's no tourism there.
Once you cross Sunset, it's you're in the wild east. Going east in LA is like, it seems to be, it gets a lot nastier or grittier, I should say.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's weird too is there's so many fronts. If you really look to see why a shirt shop is so far down Highland, come on, come on. There's somebody behind that shop.
We just like selling shirts, bro.
Yeah, bro. We're selling like so much shirts. Our rent is $30,000 a month. Yeah. But we're good. It's all good.
Chive on.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. This stuff is so weird. I know it's a easy mistake in cities to misplace someone's residency. You remember that story because you were I think back here at the time, but I had a blackout drunk incident with a old friend of yours in Hollywood, and he knew of me, and I remember knocking or going in the wrong door. It was the exact level above my friend's house.
Knocking on his door, let me in.
He's thinking, what is wrong with this guy? And I was just...
Like, I recognized him, but I was like, why the hell is he beating on my door at 4 a.m.?
That was so embarrassing. I wake up thinking, I had a weird dream.
Nope.
No, that was real. Luckily, I wasn't messing with any fire hoses, because... one of our friends did take out an emergency fire hose.
Jesus.
So that we'll leave the names out of it. But we all know. I'm sure there's people in that group that know what's going on.
Yeah, that was a wild spot there. I thought McCadden was a little crazy because the lady picking up everyone's cigarette butts. In a oversized t-shirt.
How you doing?
Yeah. But I think McCadden Place took the cake. It was an interesting group of people that lived there. So at one point we had 5 people living in what I call a glorified 2-bedroom apartment.
This is the one
on McCadden.
Behind.
Or not on McCadden.
This one behind Hollywood Highland Mall.
Yeah, off of Franklin.
Yeah.
Right by that.
It's an interesting spot.
Yeah, I mean, we had a guy who was a magician that lived with us.
Oh my god. He poofed.
The room I shared was with my one roommate. We went to school with John, leave his last name out of it, and his girlfriend at the time, who was just living with us for 2 weeks, which turned into months.
Oh my god.
And then Josh, you know him.
Yeah.
And then we had the magician. His name was Russ, I think was his name. And then we had one other person staying there at one point. But yeah, it was interesting to say the least. So.
I just remember going over there and it always looked like a party. Times I was trying to hang.
We just always had the door open, and then Don, he always had his door open, and then Troy.
I've been to Don's place.
Troy had his door open, so we would just had a 6-bedroom apartment just between all the different places we could walk in and out of.
Sorry about that. We're getting Pro Tools down. But
people were jumping off the railing into the pool off the 3rd story, and it was.
Dude, I'm just glad I didn't do something like that.
Yeah.
When I was blacked out, that would be really embarrassing to be in the hospital with a broken leg and being like, "What happened?" And then, good job.
Yeah.
At least I'm knocking on a door.
I may have
doing my job.
Yeah, I may have had an incident with a longboard on Highland Boulevard at 2 a.m.
Dude, I remember when you came back, and I was thinking, "What?
Yeah.
What happened? It looked like someone messed with you."
It's called a concussion.
yeah, exactly. And I remember there was one time that Josh popped in the apartment, and I forget if he was looking for something of yours when you were hanging with him, but he goes, "Hey man, where's this or that of Dylan's?" And I'm like, "What? How did you get in here?" I don't know how it happened, but it was.
I don't know if I gave him the key, but I know that gate was never locked.
Gate was never locked, and then all those windows were so sketch. You could open them from the outside.
Remember when that guy? I don't know. You might not have been there. Maybe you were. I was cleaning in our little game room area, and I had the blinds pulled back and the windows open, and I'm mopping, and I lock eyes with this random guy, and he has a duffel bag in his hand in our bushes, and I was like, "How's it going?" And he says, "Oh, don't mind me, I'm homeless." I was like, "Ah, you're like kind of like almost in my house right now," but. Or those gunshots when we first.
Just about to talk.
I think that was when we first moved
probably
there.
Inside 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It
had
was
our windows open because it was
probably
nice
a good block or two away. It was pretty popped.
Yeah.
It was pretty close. I remember even researching that it was
actually
close.
It was in front of our place.
Was it?
Yeah, because there were police cruisers right in front of our place. Like there were shells outside because Jamie, he went outside instantly because it was so loud. I rolled off my bed. I thought someone was.
Yeah, we both sat up.
Yeah,
hey, just in the dark. Hey, did you hear that? Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't sleep after that.
Dude, you had your California king bed.
I did.
How did you not be able to sleep on that thing?
I know, right from the
we
dumpster.
Had the dumpster. Yeah, we both had dumpster beds. I'm like, this is
box
Hollywood.
springs that were completely in plastic though. So, hey, Lysol it up and you're good to go.
Oh yeah, we sprayed that shit down.
Yep.
I remember Alice said, "Do you guys want this?" And we're like, I guess we're about to pay a bunch of money for school. Might as well just take a break on the
Anybody stayed
mattress.
over, I would sleep with my head at one end, and they would sleep with their head at the other end. Because we didn't have any room. Because we had that awful couch that you got from the thrift store.
Oh, dude.
That had a giant bar in the middle of it.
I forget where we got that, but it was a Goodwill somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
Because I remember being in that Goodwill, my dad and I, and we still had that rental because our the Odyssey broke down in Hills Have Eyes, New Mexico. It was nuts. It was just culture shock the other way.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And so we had, oh God, what was it, like a Sienna or something, a Toyota?
Yeah.
And so we had room to put a lot of shit in there.
Yeah.
And I remember how
carried a lot of my stuff
sketchy.
out.
I don't know if it was east or if we were more closer to downtown or something, but I just remember thinking, let's get this couch in the car and get the fuck out of here. It was one of those areas thinking, Hollywood looks nicer now.
Yeah.
Because of those areas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a culture shock, moving from Columbus out there. So.
Oh, yeah. I think that gives you tough skin, though, man. You come back here and you go, oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's that Oscar guy who had like 5 high-end import cars.
Yeah, but yet... That's the funniest story is, did I ever tell you the story when I brought my car out, the Matrix out?
I don't know.
So, funny you bring up Oscar had a million cars. We pull in. I have the Matrix, which is a tiny car.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a van or I have to take up 2 spots or all that crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
My dad and I pull up. We're knocking on Alice's door. We're calling Alice. She goes, "Oh, why do you guys need a door opener? You didn't put it on the lease that you have a car."
Yeah.
And I told her a million times, we just drove from Ohio with a fucking car. We need the spot. We need the door opener. And she goes, "Well, it's not on your lease, so I'm not going to give you a garage opener." And my dad freaks out on her like crazy. I think she was walking back from Chick-fil-A or some shit with her kids, which you know how that goes. She shield, as they say.
Yeah, Oscar had like 4 parking spots. You're supposed to
and he
have
had
one.
that side area too.
Yeah.
He had 2 fucking cars in the side area.
Escalade LA edition. That's what that one was. Someone's car got stolen from inside too.
In McAdam?
Yeah.
I just remember someone popped out, a neighbor popped out, and I said, "Hey, do you have your door opener?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." He let me get in. It was just so ridiculous. And then after my dad went up there, and I don't know what he said to her, but he got the opener. It's just ridiculous, man. Alice, you pay your rent, you need to get that shit.
Yeah, she did give me a good recommendation for an apartment, though.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
She's a nutcase.
Yeah, I texted her, and she goes, "Oh, anytime." So, yeah. I
just remember all the incidents. I'm thinking, lady, we got our wrecks, we got all the stuff, and what's ironic is we lived so close to, what was it, a preschool or was it elementary?
I think it was a preschool through like 5th grade or something like that.
So elementary, kind of a private.
Yeah, they had their own security guards.
Oh, I remember he was cool as hell too. Yeah, that security guy was nice.
Yeah, I think a couple famous people's kids went there.
Alpa was there.
I swear I saw Lawrence Fishburne in his car there.
Goo goo gaga.
Yeah. The Matrix.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm thinking of Forrest Whitaker. The guy who has the crazy eye.
No, yeah.
They always get me.
Morpheus.
Dude. Yeah, Morpheus. Yeah. What pill? Speaking of the Matrix, there you go.
Yeah.
Dude, my computer is freaking out because we had Pro Tools on. That's so funny. Must have just been because this thing was wrecking it out.
Yeah.
But I can go on and on about LA, man.
Yeah.
Go
forever.
on and on. But I do think
I was there for I think 2.5, 3 years, but just, there's still stories. There's so many. Tom Rojo.
Oh! Never forget Tom Red.
I wonder how he's doing.
That's a good question. I remember trying to hit him up for some bass work, and he was just so busy. And that's what's so crazy about MI, that I think when we did the stage classes, the LPWs, I only saw maybe 2 or 3 different bass players ever. And there would be some guys that would play, or that would be a vocalist or would be a guitar player, and they'd sometimes get on the bass just to get a credit or two. I bet those guys are flooded with calls. I remember there was this one guy who played with Paul Gilbert at Guitar Center.
Okay.
Did you go to? There was a show that they had a little clinic or something. I remember there was a drum friend of mine that was playing drums. I'm thinking, how did you get that? And I remember him just being like, "Don't ask." It was so funny.
Yeah, because Paul Gilbert, he gave private lessons. You could sign up for the lessons, but you had to wait like 2 hours to get in line for it.
And his brother is a teacher there, correct?
I don't know if that's his brother.
Or a cousin.
There's Dan Gilbert. I don't know if they're related though.
Okay, just name.
Yeah, they could be.
Okay.
I'm not sure though, but yeah, with LPWs, it was crazy. A lot of people stuck with the same ones,
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of them, all the good ones were the kind of the hard ones to sign up for. But
Hard Rock was always filled up.
I like the punk ones.
Those were fun.
I wish I had just played more LPWs when I was out there, the live performance workshop. So
I wouldn't mind as much if they weren't more critiquey. I knew there were some teachers that were gonna just spike you no matter how you played, just because they're like, "Well, you didn't play the exact fill. Are you serious?"
Yeah.
That kind of pissed me off, but I understand why they're there. They wanted you to get it exact.
Yeah, just in case you thought you were playing the exact fill, maybe they just want to let you know. They're kind of there to critique you to a point.
That was kind of my point, too, going up there, was going, okay, I'm going to play the beat because I know you're going to get pissed off.
Yeah.
But after that, I'm a drummer, dude.
Yeah.
So it's not like a solo. It's not like I'm playing Tom Sawyer up there.
Yeah.
Where you have to hit that China cymbal on the 3rd beat.
Yeah.
But I understand if it was, say, a Guns N' Roses and you missed half the solo.
Yeah.
Or you weren't in key. I understand that.
With guitar, you can't. Yeah, you almost have to learn the part. And it's, you know what I mean? Because if you don't learn the exact chords or the rhythm, it doesn't sound like that anymore. I feel like with drums, you might not necessarily have to hit the exact fill. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It sounds pretty close. So.
Absolutely, dude.
Or if it's like an iconic solo. So.
Okay, we're still rolling. My computer had a mini freak out with that Pro Tools, dude. I was afraid we lost it all. We lost it all. But I think it's weird. I still think that Manson stuff is weird because I don't know. I seriously think without them killing a huge actress.
Yeah.
Now, I know they started to bump it up with their Manson family shit. They started to get a little crazy with their killings, but dude, who knows? Imagine if Manson was this huge rock star and he was touring and stuff and then it came out.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, Hendrix stabbed a bunch of people before he was big. What the fuck?
There was some like Swedish metal band where Did they kill the drummer, the bass player, and ate him or something crazy?
The cover, no, this guy, I think he was the singer of, I forget the name of the band, but they were like a black metal.
Okay.
They were black metal, like Swedish black metal. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, we're getting it's chaos. Dude, it's Cloverfield's back. Did you watch that?
I did. I liked it. There's some bad reviews on it.
Very Black Mirror. I liked it.
Yeah, it was perfect, I think, for the time, you know, for right now with the way technology is going. And maybe I like how they were thinking that, you know, there's always been the idea that we're going to travel to another planet, but, you know, maybe they were talking more about dimension travel, like you travel to different dimensions, and they're saying it's more and more likely that there's a multiverse, or I think it's what they're saying, there's an infinite universe. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about that.
Oh, the cosmos.
Yeah.
The cosmos.
So maybe what if that is a way of traveling instead of just, you know, the Star Trek, we're going to go to this planet, you know?
That's probably, I think that's what they did on that movie too. They were, I think, trying to go far in space. They ended up kind of boosting out into another dimension. So crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy how they... Because I saw that first movie when it came out, the day it was released.
It's scary.
We went there for a birthday party.
Witch style.
Yeah, and they left you hanging for all those years, and then they had that, was it One Cloverfield? I think John Goodman was in it.
I liked that, dude.
Yeah, I liked it
too.
The
ending was weird, though.
And I like how they're tying it all together, though. Like, it's all, like, very isolated incidents, just like their video logs, you know? And then I don't know if you noticed, they actually tied the Cloverfield Paradox movie. They were in that same underground bunker that in the One Cloverfield Lane. That
with the kid.
The main character's husband, yeah. He found that girl and brought her there, and that's why she had no idea why she was in there. So it was like a prequel.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Paradox, yeah.
Don't come back! Don't come back!
Yeah, so then they're going to... we'll see how they tie that in. There's that crazy Godzilla-looking thing.
Yeah, that kind of pissed me off at the end where I'm thinking, what a rip.
Yeah.
What a Godzilla rip. I'm thinking, great sound, but that's almost Godzilla.
Yeah, that's crazy. You think the world being in war is worse than what it is at back home, and they go back home, there's giant monsters on Earth.
Well, they probably had nothing to lose anyways. Where are they going to die in that ship anyways? Because probably had nothing else to do.
I just know that I will not be going to space. Even when Elon Musk makes it affordable.
And he's got his Tesla up there. Yeah. He can drive around on the moon if he wants to.
Not me. I'll stay right here.
Have you seen Interstellar? Did you see that?
Yes. Matthew McConaughey, I did.
Dude, the ending is weird. That's another dimensional type thing, too.
You have to watch that one a couple times. It's like Inception. You're kind of confused at the end of it. Yeah,
it pretty much is, because they have Nolan is directing, and then I think also Zimmer is doing the composing again. So
yeah, it was cool. I like that movie. You know, I like that sci-fi, Black Mirror type of dystopian, unforeseen uses of, you know, technology. It's supposed to make things easier or better, but then there's all these unforeseen side effects of it. It's kind of interesting. So
I think it's funny you say that, because I've been thinking more and more about how there's going to be a time where we have to go back. We have to say, okay, computers are cool and we can make money or we can do this and that with it, but after that we need to like really chill. Everybody's on their phones now. Everybody's clicking away.
There's a little bit of that right now too. You know, it's things. I think people, you know, like with records coming back and cassettes, people are more into the, you know, the tactile, being able to feel, you know, feel the record and put it on, making it more of an experience besides things just streaming all the time. You know, there's definitely a quality about putting a record down and listening to it. There's just, you know.
Oh, and the covers too. Your Tom Petty
you have to
looks
flip
great.
it, and then the art on the covers. I was just looking at a Cream album the other day. Ooh. Like they used to spend so much time on the artwork, and there's all these cool, crazy colors, and there's a lot of record stores in town too. So I think a lot of that's coming back. So
it's gonna have to. Well, and I feel like too, there's more money for the artist in a physical thing.
Yeah,
you're always hearing about Spotify. You're always hearing about iTunes ripping off everybody. Yeah. Well, then let's go back.
Yeah.
Why are you letting your shit on there then?
Yeah.
That's really my thing.
I think people will pay for it too. I mean, I know Spotify is just convenient. You know, for me, for teaching.
You're going for a run, you're going
to any song. Yeah. Or if you're working out, they design playlists for you. And I think that's cool. But I also think it's, you know, on the other side of the coin, it's nice to have. If you're hanging out at home, you know, I can play Spotify through my TV if I want. But it's nice to just hook it up, you know, get a record out, put it down, and it's a little more enjoyable, I think. More of an experience. So.
Oh, dude, and it sounds so much better if you have good speakers and you can throw it on a mixer or something. It's so nice, dude.
For my birthday, we went to a party because I had a coworker that has the same birthday, and then his friend has the same birthday. So what they do, I mean, they're probably 20 years older than us. So, but when we go over there, they have tons of records, and everyone gets a turn on the record player.
Ooh, nice.
So,
DJ.
you have whatever record you want, and if it's something new you're listening to, you get a chance to put on a couple songs or a record. And then you're responsible for flipping it and then telling the other person it's their turn. And that's pretty cool. I feel like a lot of people now, or at least our age, they'll put on Spotify, and it's either on a playlist or, something that that Spotify has kind of generated for them,
Oh, yeah.
And it's not, you do hear cool music like that, but I think if you're hanging out with a group of people, you probably have some similar interests, and it's cool to see, what they've been listening to, and you can be, oh, what's that, and you can go get the album, so.
I think there's something about the physicality, like you were saying earlier, of just throwing down that needle and going, let's get this song.
Yeah.
Because I was showing my brother a week or two ago, we were playing Sinatra. I have a Hot Rocks Rolling Stones up there. So I think what's interesting is you're teaching everybody else going, okay, here's where the song starts. Here's where the line is.
Yeah.
This is why there's a line. And you start it up here, you start down there. And there's something about it, too, where it teaches you. I think there's something about a release of dopamine in your head when you get to throw that on. You hear the...
Yeah, and it's the physical...
The dither and everything.
It's the physical vibration, I mean, it's literally, that's what was recorded.
It's a physical thing on there, yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool. And I also like how when you put the needle down, if you play the record and don't turn on your speakers, you still hear the audio.
Yeah,
it's just, it's really quiet because that is it's crazy.
It's trippy.
I know they found a bunch of, old Edison wax, those wax recordings, and he unintentionally... he was trying to record himself, but I don't think he was ever able to play it back necessarily.
And they played it.
Yeah, and they played it. And you couldn't really hear it very well because I don't think, the equipment wasn't obviously, it was cutting edge back then. But yeah,
I bet it's spooky.
You literally heard one of the first recordings. It's kind of cool. So,
dude, even everybody's always playing the old Oppenheimer quote.
Yeah.
Not only is that creepy, but it's creepier because of the audio quality too. I think if they had a microphone, they had a nice compression and stuff and everything like that, wouldn't sound as bad. But now it's like, and now I've become
the death destroyer of worlds. That is,
and it's creepy, and the video is creepier because he's just looks like just a dead turtle. God,
it's terrifying.
What happened? That would be so creepy, dude.
Yeah,
to know that you're like, oh, I was behind these terrible things.
Yeah, you think our parents kind of grew up towards the tail end of the Cold War, and my buddy's mom, she was talking about, she lived in New Mexico.
Oh.
Or no, she was in Arizona. So, they had a lot of research facilities there, and, they used to tell you just to hide under your desk if there's
that'll help.
An atom bomb explosion. Yeah, just hide under your desk.
There's a tornado, too.
Yeah.
Hide in the hallway. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everything's radioactive, but the desk will protect you. It's knowledge.
I think that's just liability, too, man.
Yeah.
Same with...
We've got a plan. We'll keep it together.
The Japanese are here, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a safe school drill? Did you ever do those in school?
We did a lot of tornado drills. We maybe did one or two where we locked it down.
It wasn't really about gun issues. It was more or less because there was, at least at my middle school in Worthington, there's that bank right behind us.
Yeah.
So we always did safe school drill. They always said, okay, this is because of that bank. I'm thinking, okay. And I don't think, we might have done it in high school just because we're just in that era of school shootings now where, hey, it's a good idea to have a safe school drill no matter what's happening around you. But that was a weird situation where you're like, wait, there could actually be a guy or woman coming in here with guns because they're stealing a bank? They're robbing a bank? That's crazy.
We had a couple lockdowns. There was one where there was someone walking around that was armed. I remember that.
Oh, Jesus.
The police were looking for. We had one where a kid cut off his hand in woodshop.
And that had a lockdown for it?
Yeah, because they had
blood.
Well, there's blood, and they wanted to get the emergency services in there as quick as possible. And then we also had one where I think a kid got in a fight with another kid and may or may not have slammed the guy's head into a pencil sharpener. that used to mount on the wall.
That's why those aren't there anymore either,
yes,
because it's a weapon.
Yeah. Because they had to arrest him, so they locked the school down for that too. But never anything where I felt in danger, which is mainly because I was in Olentangy. You know, it's a good school district.
It's a little out of the way.
It doesn't happen as much, you know, there. It's not like
absolutely.
Northland High School or something. They find grenades in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that is funny though about that avoids the what's it called, procrastinating kids, where you always had those kids that would go up and, hey, I need to sharpen my pencil, and then it's just an hour later they're like, oh, it's not sharpened.
Yeah, I do prefer those sharpeners though, like
the old schools.
I don't like the electric ones because once the blades get dull, it just you have to buy a whole new one, and I'd rather just buy the $2 plastic one. They sharpen better too. The
manual, yeah. My problem with the automatic ones, I would always have my issue, even with Ticonderoga, the good old pencil number 2s. I would have trouble with the lead slipping out, dude. I don't know what it is about electric, but it just didn't have the same potency.
I think a lot of times when you get pencils, the lead's broken on the inside because you'll be sharpening it, and then every time you sharpen it, it's broken. It's like, damn it. But
I want to know if Ticonderoga has a conspiracy behind all the standardized testing, because I've never ran into a standardized testing that you could have number 1 pencil, number 3 pencil, number 4. You can have whatever you want. I want to know what the hell a number 1 pencil is.
I've used them before. I don't know if the lead's different or the machine doesn't recognize it or something like that.
It's got to be a scanning thing. Scantron and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Easier for teachers to just go.
The old Scantron.
Dude, those scared me.
They do bust you cheating though.
Because it was C.
We had a bunch of kids get busted for cheating. They all copied off each other on the Scantron.
So they would just see.
Because we had a substitute teacher for an exam who fell asleep while he administered the exam.
This was a final,
yeah. And everybody was texting each other the answers.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a hard test, but everyone thought they were going to cheat. And then something like 70% of the class or 75% had the same exact answers on most of them. They didn't even mark a couple wrong just to make it look different. They marked the same answers. And you could see the pattern on the Scantron, with the way you answered it. So they'd line up, and it busted them. That was kind of funny. I was like, do I cheat on this test? I was like, I'm not going to.
I remember there was a math final in, maybe junior year or something, and they had it on a TI-84.
Oh, God.
And I thought that was the dumbest thing, is I'm thinking, what if all these are wrong? Yeah. I looked at it once and went, hey, you can have this back. They were trying to pass it around. Because this math teacher we had was so bogus.
People used to program answers into the...
You would just type in the alphabet thing. You go
people would print stuff on water bottle labels, like on the nutrition facts.
It's just easier to study. Answers. Like, holy shit. Yeah, it's like getting out of prison, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like prison break.
You spent 2 weeks trying to figure this out instead of just looking it over for 20 minutes a night, or 25 minutes a night.
Especially math, because it's all conceptual shit. Yeah. It's all know this equation, know that equation.
Yeah.
Just know your equations, bro.
Reminds me of some family members just working harder, trying not to work. If you just work, it's not that hard.
It's like unemployment.
But yeah,
trying to
milk
unemployed.
It any way you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a guy that I went to a recording workshop with, actually, and he kept going to different little trade schools so he could stay on unemployment. He stayed on unemployment for 5 or 6 years just because he kept going to school, and as soon as he'd get out, they would extend his unemployment longer and longer because he hadn't found a job yet. But I don't know if they cut back on that stuff or not. But
I'm sure they.
You're always gonna have someone who takes advantage of the system. So
total Kramer.
Yeah. Still gotta have that stuff though, So.
Oh, absolutely. I fully agree with that. You gotta have the crazy society people. But let's get into this card, man.
Yeah,
if you're down,
get
in this card. It's about 11:30. I want to make sure you get to work on time.
Cool.
But so if you can see this, check out the ad. We got Stiopich here.
Yeah.
And we have Joanna Woogie Boogie Woman.
Yeah, I think she's gonna lose against Namajunas.
Twice in a row. You think so?
She's blaming everything on the weight cut, and someone, I think it was Justin Gaethje, was saying that even if it was the weight cut and it was an awful weight cut, he thinks it's a kind of just mentally, it's a weak thing to say, just to acknowledge that, it's
blaming the loss on a cut.
Yeah, and it's, hey, you lost.
Mm-hmm. Just take it, yeah.
Yeah, and even if it was the weight cut, just train hard and then come back and try to beat her. Don't blame it on something or blame it on someone. But
I agree with that, man.
And, she just got clipped. I mean, Joanna's awesome. I mean, how many times did she defend? But Nami Yunus.
Thug Rose, as DC says. Thug Rose. Yeah, so we got some prelims on the feet piece.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these guys. Do you know Berkman or Morano?
I've seen Joshua Berkman fight. And I don't know if I've seen Morano fight, but I don't know enough about either one of them. But
guess we'll figure that out. Then we got some guy. Jeez, I cannot stand when they don't get the pictures yet.
How do you not get a picture?
Reebok, come on. Yeah. I mean, geez, get that Reebok money.
Yeah.
Peixoto and Williams. Looks like this guy's from Jersey, Tim Williams.
Huh.
The guy that's...
The name sounds familiar. I don't know what he looks like, though. So.
Well, yeah, no one knows.
Yeah.
Not even Dana White. Not even Dana White knows. He's just the shadow. But what's weird is we can see his face picture. We can't see his body picture.
Yeah.
So I guess they gave him a Facebook invite, but they didn't give him the full private message, I guess. And then we have the FS1 prelims. Jared Gordon and Diego Ferreira.
Now, I've heard of him before. Ferreira. Yeah, I think it's Ferreira is his name. I don't know if he's...
Brazilian dude.
Yeah.
Tatted out.
I don't know if he's a jiu-jitsu guy or not, to be honest.
2 good records, though, man.
Yeah.
Don't know where some of those wins came from, but both good records.
Yeah, some of these more unknown guys, I feel like they might put on a little bit of a better fight. It's
dude,
last week I did not want to buy that card.
Half those guys even
and we did, and that was it was better than, I think it was better than the Stipe card, to be honest. I mean, the Stipe fight and then Ngannou was awesome, and then I think DC fought on that card too.
And
against
Volkamir.
Yeah, and against Ozdemir and
Ozdemir.
Yeah, those 2 fights were awesome, but the rest
Joey
of it,
Diaz that.
Yeah, but the rest of it, yeah, blue cheese.
I'm walking out.
Yeah, oh god. But yeah, so sometimes you're pleasantly surprised. So
I'm always surprised. It's usually the guys that I don't know get the knockout or get the fight the fight of the night or something crazy.
They might be a little more hungry. So.
Oh, I think so too, man.
A little less conservative.
Oh, here's another shadow man. Jeff Neal and Brian Camozzi.
Yeah, I've seen Brian Camozzi fight too, but it's one of those things I just haven't seen enough of his fights.
Yeah, at least the good thing is at least it's another free fight. I am so psyched that we see all these free fights up there. It's almost every week for the past couple weeks, man. It's awesome.
Now 170 is Darren Till's 170, right? That's what he fought Donald Cerrone at, I think.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, because Donald Cerrone fought.
He fought Till.
Did he fight Dos Anjos too recently? Right? I don't know, but yeah, I want to see Till fight. He is scary, and he put a hurting on Cerrone.
Well, I'm glad he likes to talk too.
Yeah,
I'm glad he likes to talk because there's so many guys.
Liverpool stuff, I think It's,
the biz. It's like the biz being kind of
Liverpool.
Street
I think
fighter.
A rough place to grow up. So.
Well, except for the Beatles.
Yeah. Were they from Liverpool? I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, they're from Liverpool.
Yeah, working class.
Yeah, dude.
They have the thick accents, man. Can't understand a word.
Yeah, they must have taken some English lessons.
Are we speaking the same language?
All right, then we got Roberto Sanchez. Oh, it's the battle of the Sanchezes.
Sanchezes, yeah. The Sanchez name.
All right.
Once again, never really heard of any of these guys.
I swear I've seen Roberto.
Was he maybe on the, not looking for a fight, but the contender maybe? I don't know.
I don't know if I've seen a lot of those lately.
I like that contender series. I hope they do that again. That was cool.
They get good guys.
There's a lot of good fights too.
They get
a
really
lot of good
guys.
fights on that.
What is funny though on this guy is he's in the picture, but he's black and white. They couldn't pay for color.
Yeah, they couldn't color the picture.
You know what I think it is? He's not wearing.
He's not wearing that Reebok.
That's exactly. They go, hey. Did you forget your shorts today, buddy?
Yeah.
And they go, we'll get you black and white.
They could just superimpose a logo on there. I think they have
That's
those
what I feel like they're doing already. It looks like they're doing that already.
Yeah.
The weird shading.
Yeah, it almost looks like a video game the way when they do like the fighter matchup, like right before the fight, just the tail of the tape. Yeah.
When they do the UFC 3 or whatever, and Connor's on there, be the goat, be the goat.
Yeah.
That is creepy when they see that because it looks like they do a graphic. It looks like they're doing a live graphic. It's so weird. But that's going back on the tech talk earlier. That's creepy. That we say, oh, well, I thought that was just the 2 real fighters graphic in, like CGI'd in. But dude, that's what's so weird.
Yeah. It looks better than real life. Like it's like that Planet Earth stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
The cameras are so good, it's like better than you being there, which I think they are better than the human eye. But what else we got?
This chick I think was on the last Tough. Sarah Moras.
What's her nickname? Cheesecake.
She's got a butt.
Oh, yeah?
Just let everybody know. She's got a butt, so...
I can't tell from that picture, but...
Hold on. I gotta show you this, because I typed in her name, and I was thinking...
those squats.
I was thinking, I gotta see a butt pic just to show Dylan and everybody watching, because I literally just typed in Sarah Moraes, and I get, at least on images, I want to show you the title of this one guy's...
Derek Lewis is going to be all over that after his win.
I like Sarah, only when she cuts the weight. Okay, so this is it must be just a Tough picture, and reading this, I guess, I don't know if it was a photo thing or something, but it says, anyone else strangely attracted to Sarah Moraes? Yeah. So, somebody is. There's picture, there's an album somewhere.
That is the product of pure squats.
That's a squat butt, absolutely, and a lot of kicks. Yeah. That's a lot of kick butt. And then... her...
Another unknown kind of...
Yeah, she's from Czech, so watch out.
Yeah.
Pudilova. I've heard that name before, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard Pudilova before. Maybe she was on a card, a low end card on a pay-per-view or something. But, dude, those Czech chicks or any of the Stan fighters...
Yeah. That's a rough area to grow up around there.
Oh, yeah, it's Wadka. And then we got your buddy, Sage Northcutt.
Ah.
He's back.
Sage. Who did he fight last? I think he lost his last fight, too, didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't a good
showing. He lost to Mickey Gall.
It was decision.
He got choked out, I think.
It was decision, I think, last time.
Yeah, and then...
3-rounder.
So he's on the... I think he's on the ropes here.
Yeah, but, dude, based on that UFC kit commercial, man, he is up. Dana White loves him, I think.
Yeah, those were his 2 losses, because he lost to Mickey Gall.
Those were his only...
Yeah, and then he lost... I can't remember who he fought last time. I meant to look that up, but...
Okay, look it up. Right.
Yeah, this that Tabal, he's really good too. Sage Northcutt's sister actually fights as well. I think she fought in the UFC.
What's her name? Is it
Sarah Northcutt?
I see a Sean and a Colby. Those are both dude names, but I'm sure they can go either way.
Maybe it's his brother then. I thought maybe it's a relative or a cousin or something, but I thought he was in her corner.
Oh, here we go. Colby. Her sister, 24 years old.
Yeah. She lost. I think she lost her debut, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like kind of a fighting family.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. She looks tough as fuck, too, man.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with her. Holy
Sage,
shit.
That guy's got...
Yikes.
He's crazy shape. That's just good genetics right there.
Oh, and just discipline, dedication.
Yeah, maybe some Mexican supplements. You never know.
Don't say that. Don't say that about Sage.
The golden snitch hasn't caught him yet.
What's funny, though, you can see a lot of the UFC commercials, you know who they're trying to push. Because in that kit commercial, they have...
That's the worst.
They have Ngannou.
Yeah.
Which we saw with the Stipe card. Stipe was not having Dana White giving him the belt, which was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love Stipe.
That's so Ohio, dude. That's so Ohio.
Cleveland, too. Just,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had the purple-haired chick who lost her last bout. I think she's Hispanic.
Okay.
She might be American citizen, but I think she has Hispanic descent. And she lost her last card. And then... Obviously, Sage is on that commercial as well. So
have you seen that awful Metro PCS commercial? It's got Demetrius
Sage,
Johnson.
Nice try.
I think Daniel Cormier's in there too, all in the zone.
I like the DC one because they walk into the kitchen. He's like, no gloves at the table, and he's just like,
yeah.
I like the DC one, and then there's a new one with Dom Cruz.
Okay.
Have you seen the one where they're hitting a? The wife goes, "Hey, you need to clean the rug." It's like a living room Persian. It's like a Persian style. Yeah. He goes in the backyard, and DC and Cruz are hitting him with UFC gloves, mitts. Yeah. And DC, or no, I think it's Dom that goes right through it. And they're like, we got to go.
I think DC would be the one to go right through that rug.
Maybe it was. Yeah. I don't know. Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I don't like that rule. Yeah. So that should be a good matchup. Yeah. This Goody, I guess we're going to say his name is.
Yeah, once again, I've seen him fight. But
Frenchman?
Yeah, he's good. So I think that'll be a good fight overall.
I think the thing is too, it's a danger to not know your your opponent too. Where if you don't know the style, a lot of these guys that are French.
What Cerrone did with Till.
Yeah.
He's like, I haven't watched any of his fights.
That's a bad thing.
I think on Rogan's podcast, he was saying, was it Vinny Shoreman was texting him that Darren Till was like, he was a monster, that he was going to shock the world at that Poland card, and Cerrone wasn't prepared. I also think that Till's like more of a 205, that he just cuts a lot of weight because he's young, he can do it. And, I mean, he's big. I don't know if you saw that picture of Cerrone's nose, but he had to get surgery, but it was just shattered.
That's why I'm thinking this might be his last card. Just because I'm sure he has enough money and he can train everybody in this compound.
Yeah, I think if he loses, I don't know if he'll choose to retire. I don't think the UFC will get rid of him because he still has a good record. Like 32-10 is really good.
And he's been around.
Yeah, and I just don't think he's as dedicated as he used to be. You know, he was in that. He's been in a couple movies. He was in that Netflix show.
Yeah, Western, right?
Yeah,
it's a Western film. Because he did a joke where he had an eye. They did makeup on his eye for that shoot.
Yeah.
And he went on something, Twitter or something, and posted, "Hey, my eye's fine, but I'm going to be back in a month or two." And I'm thinking, what? And he had this crazy eye scar. Yeah, it was fake.
I think when anyone starts doing movies like that, man, it's just, with the level of those athletes today, if there's someone that's training nonstop, you know, you're on set and they're training, I mean, you could still win the fight, obviously, but people are at a different level right now. I was a little worried about Holloway, too, because he was in that Den of Thieves movie, which is actually a good movie.
That maybe put him with the injury. That maybe is what did him in.
Yeah, they may or may not
Unless that was before his fighting.
Set that up for another movie, too. No spoilers, though.
Holloway round 2.
That's right.
Holloway. Speaking of the distractions, I feel that way about college football. Where the Heisman curse, it's not more or less a curse, it's the fact that you're away from your team for a week or two. Just doing promo for a Heisman thing.
Yeah.
So even if you don't win, you're away from your team if you have a big bowl game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's the most ironic thing about sports, where the more success you get, the farther away you are from your actual goal.
Yeah.
It's so odd. Yeah. It's so odd, dude. And then gosh, man, I think that's what they're doing. They're going black and white on the people that don't have their UFC shit on.
So, that's just pick'em too. Is it just so if it's a pick'em thing, or maybe it is the short too?
No, that's just for, I guess, the UFC.com betting or something.
Again, I don't know any of these guys either, but I always like watching it.
We'll get surprised. Yeah. Steven Peterson and Brandon Davis, good records too. At least decent.
Yeah.
It's hard to say with records though, especially professional, because you can start somewhere really low and have that record all the way up.
Yeah, it's, it depends what league they were fighting into, so.
And then
there we go, Thiago.
We all know Thiago. I don't know, because another guy he's
a monster.
Shadowed out, Melender.
Yeah,
I don't even know what country. This is crazy. They need to do their research on their own guys. I don't even know what country they're from.
Who knows? Maybe they put it together last minute too, but you would think they'd have that. Yeah.
Someone's getting paid not to do this. This is crazy, but...
Yeah, when's the last time Thiago Alves fought?
Gosh, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
It's been a minute. I wish they had that on here.
Yeah.
I'm worried to click around and then I lose my spot here, but...
Yeah.
That's another good fight.
Yep.
For sure, and then coming up here we got James Vick, and...
Yeah, he's really good.
Trinaldo.
And then Trinaldo's scary too, yeah.
Great records too, man. Oh, man.
Yeah, James Vick,
Did he lose this last one? Was that his only loss? Or did he win against...
I should have looked that up. I think he won his last fight.
Okay.
I think he did.
That's a hell of a record, 12-1. And he's in a crazy division. He's at the 155. I think
it was a rough fight. I think it was like a war. The whole fight was. And I think it was a decision, but I could just be making that up. So.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Do your research. Just kidding. And then we got...
There we go. The Black Beast, Derek Lewis.
I like Ronda.
Who has the best Instagram, 100%. There are more memes I have on my phone from his Instagram than anywhere else.
Did you get that shirt yet? The Clayton Bigsby?
No, I need to get that. Yeah, he has the Clayton Bigsby. What's he said? Let that hate out. That's what it was. Bigsby for president said, "Let the hate out."
This is going to be killer. I'm expecting a knockout.
He's been trolling Ngannou, too, about this cardio. And he's like, $500,000 to gas out. He's like, sign me up, is what he said.
Because the Institute.
He's like, sign me up. I'll get paid $500,000 to gas out against Steve.
There's an interview he did at the Institute.
Oh, yeah?
And he was out there, and I don't know who it was, but I was just following some Derek Lewis videos.
Yeah.
And some lady was interviewing him about stuff. And he dropped a Rousey line.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm chilling, trying to find Ronda.
Yeah.
And it was only like a minute or two clip, but it was really fucking funny.
Because didn't he knock out...
Travis.
He knocked out Travis.
Travis Brown, yeah.
So he's been trolling him a little bit by talking about his wife.
Yeah, he doesn't like the womanizing shit. He doesn't like the beat. But here's the thing.
Now, was he hitting Rousey? Was that
That's what the story was.
Okay.
You kind of wonder if maybe they were both...
Yeah.
Knowing two fighters, I'm sure they kind of go a little nuts.
Yeah, and then not to make...
I'm not defending anybody.
Yeah, not to make an excuse for him, but...
Who knows?
Dude, when you get hit in the head like that all the time, like... they say you lose control over emotions and what you're actually doing, so... And it seems to be a trend among, combat sports athletes or contact sports, like football, football and obviously boxing. I know Mayweather's had issues. And MMA, I feel like I don't see it as much with stuff like, I know soccer is really physical, but
they keep their head pretty straight.
Yeah, they're not getting regularly.
You can get a lot of head injury from going up with somebody.
Yeah, and they also
a header, but
they're saying just hitting the ball with your head, like that's really bad for your. I guess people can get CTE from that. They were saying too, but
it'll shake your brain.
Yeah,
but then so does headbanging. I've heard you can get a concussion worse. From headbanging for an hour at a show or 2 hours.
Have neck problems for that.
Gotta watch out with the metal.
Yeah,
metal music, dude. You gotta just
wear a brace up there. Be part of it. It's like your Slipknot uniform. Yeah.
Dude, that was a good interview at MI. Did you go to that one? The Taylor
I think I went to that.
And the clown. That was so good. Especially them being from Iowa. Thinking,
that was awesome. All the clinics they had. We were just talking about Tommy Emmanuel yesterday. He is.
I know that name.
Really good acoustic.
I know that name.
He does electric stuff too, but he's a monster of a guitar player.
And then you caught the Chavo. I actually had a class I wanted to go to during the Chavo System of a Down.
Yeah.
You ran into him.
He was really cool, and he actually brought a student on stage to play Toxicity with him.
Oh my god, that's killer.
He played guitar and let the guy play bass, which was
that's interesting.
Kind of cool because I guess he plays guitar. So yeah, he was a really down to earth guy, Just saying pretty much if I did it, anybody can. He said, because I'm awful, in his own words, that's what he said. But, it's...
He's perfect for that band, too.
And that's what you need to be, is perfect for what you're doing.
Yeah. So. And his goatee, oh, man.
Yeah,
I wonder how many...
That's dedication there.
Yeah, that's a lot of braids and stuff and
Yep.
rubber bands or whatever he has in there. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think Marcin, I was just watching his fight with Fabricio, and he's got some good stand-up and really good leg kicks. But he definitely has a weakness on the ground. But I don't know. I don't think Derek Lewis does too much groundwork. I know he's I think he's more of a power puncher.
Who did? What was his last fight?
Derek Lewis.
Was his Verdun too? No.
No, he fought.
Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out.
I don't know. I can't remember either.
Oh man,
slipping right now.
Wow.
But I always like when Derek Lewis wins. He does the, that.
I
think Demetrius Johnson, I think, did that in his last fight too.
Oh, was it Hunt? He might have lost to Hunt last fight.
Oh,
but that was a while.
He might have. I think he got knocked out by Hunt. Once again, I could be making.
Here we go. Yep, you're right.
Did he knock him out?
That was the fight night main card.
Yeah, it was a KO.
Yep. Dude, that was a minute ago.
He fought Travis Brown. Did he beat Travis? Because Derek
and that was the I need to go poo poo line and the Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sound bites from just that interview.
Stomach, yeah.
He's like, no, it didn't hurt that bad. I just got to go boo boo.
Yeah.
And he's holding, and Brian Stan was doing the interview.
Yeah.
And he thought the whole time it was about a kick.
Yeah.
He goes, what, those crazy kicks? He had a reaction.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, I just got to go.
That's so funny.
I love that shit. And he had enough to say all that shit about Brown too, which I like. You need to be saying that if you don't like somebody.
Mark Hunt almost knocked out. Who did he fight last week? God, I can't. Blades, yeah, he almost knocked out Blades there for a second, but he's such a good wrestler. He held him down. That's Hunt's weak point. He just can't wrestle at all.
I like Blades. My only issue was the ref when he wouldn't, at least in my opinion, wouldn't transition.
Yeah,
and the Aussie ref was just sitting there.
Yeah, I think they give.
It's crazy.
I think they give heavyweights. They're heavyweights, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think they give heavyweights a little more leniency just because they're bigger guys.
And they're going to tire
I think they let them sit a little bit longer. I think the lower weight classes, if you're just laying on a guy, they'll move you around. But I don't know. It's kind of, for me, I see both sides of it. You know, if you get taken down, if the guy can take you down and he uses that energy and you can't move, if you can't get him off of you, that's your own problem. You know what I mean? True. But at the same time, there's an entertainment aspect where most people don't relate to the ground as much as they do. It's just not as exciting normally as the striking is. So
I'm a big fan of the ground when someone can transition into something crazy. I would have loved to have seen Blades get mount, get his shit. Because he was getting mount, but my problem was it was always towards the end of the rounds, after around the 5-minute mark, and it was just.
I think he was just exhausted at that point. He was going to pull off the submission.
Well, and he had to keep his chin intact too.
It's like towards the end of the Stipe and Ngannou fight. Stipe was just riding him until the end. You know, I was watching some highlights from that.
He had to do that.
Yeah. You know, it was amazing how Stipe slipped some of those punches. I mean, there's a couple, it seemed almost more like a glancing shot from Ngannou, and it's almost like it defies physics. Stipe's head went back so much more dramatically than it looked like he got hit. It was just the power from Ngannou. But, you know, he cracked Ngannou good. He had him wobbling pretty good. So, you never know, man.
Yeah, that fatigue that Ngannou had, it was just, by round 5, it was, whoa.
Yeah, and Tybura, I mean, he stood and traded with Fabricio. Fabricio almost got him in a guillotine. I think it was at the end of the 4th round. But if they're both going to stand up, it's going to be a good fight. So.
Oh, that's right. That was a.
And Fabricio held it a little after the round. He held the guillotine, and Tybura's corner was pretty upset about that. But I don't think he did it intentionally. You know.
Was this the card that Covington fucked with Verdum, and then Verdum throws a boomerang at this was the Aussie card, Aussie card, the last Aussie card before this main card that we just had.
The press charges on him or something like that.
Well, supposedly, but then I think they were dropped or probably paid off because
he wasn't trying to hurt him. He just threw it at him. You know what I mean?
I think what happened was a fan goes, "Hey Fabricio, I gave you a gift."
Yeah.
And then Fabricio, out of anger, chucks this at Covington. Is Covington going, "Hey, fuck you, Fabricio."
Yeah.
And then I think what had to be settled was, "Hey, do both of you want to fly back to Australia?"
Yeah.
For a stupid incident?
Now, I don't know if Colby pressed charges or if it was.
I think he just said that.
Yeah, because I know he did get fined. Fabricio did get fined, but once again, if you wanted to. I mean, he is literally probably double the size of him. He could have really hurt him if he wanted to.
He could have slammed him.
Yeah. I think he would have thrown a water bottle if he had it, but
it was like
he clearly didn't know how to throw a boomerang.
It was like the Bisping and Masvidal. They're not even in the same weight classes. They're never going to fight each other.
Yeah. It's just a Cuba thing.
It's just that WWE thing. Hey, backstage, John Cena, Shawn Michaels, whatever.
I think that was about because Bisping ripped the Cuban flag, and Jorge Masvidal.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Or descent.
Yeah, I think his family's from Cuba, but he grew up in Florida, I think.
He did it as a joke to Yoel.
Yeah,
and Dana White probably told him to do it.
Yeah, they're just trying to.
Hey, Michael, do this.
Which some people hate the WWE, like the entertainment aspect, but that's what gets people to buy tickets and buy the pay-per-view.
That and even the people who started UFC claim that they took promotional ideas from WWE. Yeah. They said, "Hey, we wanted to make a bigger statement."
Kevin Lee was on the Big Brown Breakdown with Brendan Schaub, and he was saying how, just be yourself. If you don't try to talk shit if you can't talk shit.
Yeah.
Because you can tell it's fake. Because Covington stuff is he's trying to get a fight. I don't think that's naturally him. I think he maybe talks shit with his buddies, but with Conor, they said at that summit they were trying to have everybody be like Conor. I mean, but he's just kind of like an anomaly. If you're good at talking, find your own way of talking shit, you know what I mean? And if that's not you, Rose Namajunas, you know what I mean? Just the cold stare. That was almost that was better than Joanna talking shit.
Yeah.
Because Joanna's in her face and she just cold said, like, I'm going to beat your ass, you know? Like,
well, at the very least, if you lose quietly, you're not going to catch shit. The problem is people like Mike Perry, I love me some Platinum. Yeah. The problem is he talks before every fight. He goes, oh, I'm going to get you, do that, do that. But then when he loses, when he lost his last fight, it really anchored down what he was talking about. Because now you're like, can you trust what you're saying?
Well, there's like two sides of that too as well. Because even with Mayweather, everyone hates Mayweather. He talks all this shit, but people will tune in just to see him lose. Yeah. And he doesn't care if you bought the fight and he loses. Like, he's still made a shitload of money.
And McGregor too.
You know, and I think at least you're getting people on your side. Even if I don't think it's a bad thing. It's like almost any press is good press, right? Mm-hmm. So
look at Trump, man.
Yeah.
Look at Trump.
Yeah. It's staying in the news, just creating controversy, and even if you lose, you'll even if they tuned in, that still looks good for you because people tuned in to watch you fight, and you know, even if they remember, oh, that guy talks shit, I want to see him lose, let's buy the fight. You know, as an entertainer, you've got to, you know, you'd rather people tune in to see you win. I would feel like, but even if they do, you're still getting paid. So,
absolutely. Absolutely. And then we have the main boys, the 5 rounder. Ooh, we got Cowboy,
he's got his hands full. He's got his hands full, I think. Cowboy's awesome, and I think he got lucky against Matt Brown. I mean, I don't think he's lucky. He's skillful, obviously, and he hit him with that head kick, but, you know, Yancey, he trains down in Florida at American Top Team with Covington, and he also trains with
there's a lot of boys down
Masvidal. They're good buddies, and
they're hard hitters too, man.
They keep like throwing Cowboy to the wolves. Like these young guys are just, you know, they're coming up. They want to murder somebody, pretty much. You know, I don't think, I could be wrong. Donald Cerrone says he's back in it and he's, you know, he's 100% dedicated. But this Yancey Medeiros, he's hungry and he's got really good stand up. If he goes to the ground, I don't know much about Yancey's ground game, but I know Donald Cerrone is. He's no joke on the ground either.
No.
Which, you know, surprised me he doesn't try to get that to the ground a little more often. But he's a fighter, you know.
He's a striker, dude, and he loves to knock people out, man.
I think the striking has evolved past him a little bit. You know, like, he was super high level at the time, but now, like, Darren Till, he really exposed some weaknesses with Cerrone, I think.
Well, he has, with his Lawler fight, that was kind of bittersweet.
That was really good.
It was good. But I think what the problem was with the judges, and that's why, because that went all three with Lawler, right?
So it was a decision.
That was a decision.
It could have gone either way.
My problem, I think the judges saw was that Cerrone was getting some liver damage.
Yeah.
But I think that's just wear and tear of him, and then also his personal life. I think he always
he's going hard.
Yeah, dude, he's
doing drinking, going hard, and
I think he lives in New Mexico or Southern Colorado somewhere. So
he has a BMF ranch, the Bad Motherfucker Ranch, is what he calls it.
Have you seen? Do you see that promo he did for it? It's good. It looks cool too. It looks cool.
He has people come down, and if you're gonna train there, you have to help build. And you have to help take care of the area, which I think that's kind of cool. When you're away from a lot of distractions, if you stay there, but you know, he's always jet skiing, doing all this stuff.
He's always like.
You know, I think you got to have fun, but. It depends, you know. He was close to getting a title shot again, because he had a title shot against, who was it? He lost a title fight. Cerrone did.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, that's when he was at I think he was at a lower weight class at that time. I think he was 155.
I mean, ESPN has some good MMA stuff here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Donald Cowboy. Absolutely. Here we go. All right.
What's he fighting at now? I think he's lightweight, right?
Oh, I wish they'd had weight on here, too.
170. That's what Tyron Woodley is champion, 170, right? Yeah. Because Bisping was 185. That's middleweight's 185, I believe. So I think 170 is welter. Wait.
And what is lightweight?
155.
Okay.
Because that's what Connor's champion
of. That shit out of me.
I think. Yeah, and then Max Holloway's 145 champ.
Holloway. All the way.
Waikiki.
Gosh, we have a lot of dates here. Gosh, look at all these fights.
And that's why he keeps has fights. He fights nonstop. And I respect that, but
love it.
That's hard on your body, man. He's weak to the body, too. I mean, every time he gets hit to the body, he kind of curls up.
See, here we go. So Dos Anjos was the title.
Yeah, and
that was
main
event.
He got worked. I'm pretty sure.
That was on Fox. That was on a main.
Yeah,
that was on the
main
Fox. Yeah, he lost TKO KO.
Did he say what weight that was at?
You can see probably with this card. Oh no! Stop. Lightweight.
Yeah. Now I think he's moved up to 170.
I think that's smart.
And so is Dos Anjos, though.
Yeah.
He moved up as well. I think he was having trouble with the weight cut, and he's looking good too. That Lawler fight was a little, some people say, boring, but
Ngannou was on that card. That's crazy.
Oh God.
And that's braided. I think that was braided Ngannou at the
time. Yeah, he's a killer.
Yeah, I think that's with Ngannou too. And I was looking at Derek Lewis's past fights. I think you're going to start to see the veteran versus the newcomer.
Yeah.
So that's going to sell. That's always going to sell. Because one guy. Everybody knows Cowboy.
Yeah.
And then everybody's getting to know Yancey now.
Yeah, and Yancey fought really recently. It was maybe a month and a half. Because he fought on the same card as Masvidal fought Wonder Boy. He won his fight, I believe.
Yeah, because I remember him talking about... He was also wearing a Hawaiian, because he's Hawaiian. Yes,
I think he is. Yeah.
And give me an ESPN here. Here we go. Fighter profile. He was wearing his Hawaiian flag, and I think he was also along with Holloway.
Oh wait, or does he train with Holloway and not? Maybe I was completely wrong about Masvidal.
Oliveira, yeah, that was recent. That was a Holloway card.
Okay, I lied. Yeah, he's buddies with
Fight
Holloway,
of the night.
not Masvidal.
Fight of the night.
I don't know why I thought that. I thought he was from Florida too. So he does not train with Covington and Masvidal. He trains with, I believe, Holloway.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Could be wrong with
that.
But
I remember when he was getting his Octagon interview, he was also telling Dana to get a Hawaiian card. And I think their only reason is because of weather, which is just like we were saying, have it out in the ocean then. Have it around sharks, man.
Yeah.
Let's get Waikiki ready.
Yeah, just training with the champion, I think that's a big advantage, you know.
Oh, and he's a monster.
Yeah.
It looks like his training is crazy.
I think Holloway's kind of big, isn't he? I mean, he's tall. Yeah. I think he's tall for the weight class.
I bet he cuts a lot.
Yeah, I think...
Or at least is in shape a lot.
He could probably fight 155. I mean, he gave Conor a run for his money. That was a really close fight, too.
And that was a while ago.
I think Conor got a lot of good decisions, too, coming up.
Conor.
But hey,
man, he
gets in there, and I would love to see that Nate Diaz again. Hoping he...
They had Diaz and McGregor, too, on a
I don't want to see Diaz fight Woodley, to be honest.
You don't want to see it? I'd love to see that.
I mean, I'd watch it, but I've seen this fight before. It's like St. Pierre versus Nick. He's going to lay on top of Diaz. Yeah. Diaz is not a good wrestler. You know, he's great jiu-jitsu, awesome striking, and he can take a punch, but I don't think Woodley is going to put his title on the line just striking with Diaz, knowing he can get beat like that. I mean, he might try to... I think he's going to try to take him down and lay on top of him. The Diaz brothers... They almost it seems like they don't try to get up, you know? They try to submit you from...
They want the ground.
So, yeah, and
sometimes
Woodley he's too strong, and, you know, he gasses out a little bit, and then Nate doesn't, but I don't know if he's going to gas out enough for Diaz to be able to choke him out.
I think the reach is going to be interesting. If they can A, figure out a deal, and B, get it done on a card, that'll be interesting to see, because, you know, Woodley, he does the crazy move where he rushes in. He does that rush move.
Yeah.
You never know with Diaz's reach where he could just go.
Yeah.
I know he's not the strongest puncher, Diaz, but
he does.
You always see the clothesline move when these guys come through and they just go boof. Yeah. That's a bad maneuver.
Yeah, and Woodley's a lot bigger than Conor. You know.
Yeah.
Because Nate's really like a 170 that dropped down to fight Conor.
Oh yeah.
So Conor was surprised when he hit him with that left hand. He thought he was going to fold under it, and he's like, you know, Diaz is a bigger guy, so I think he's been hit way harder than Conor's hit him before. And so Conor was a little bit surprised when his left hand wasn't knocking him out. But Woodley, he's a big boy.
I think only a couple strikes that could take Diaz
down.
Especially since he's not in the octagon.
If he hits anybody clean, they're going down, I think.
What I worry about is, okay, I know they train marathons, both Diaz brothers. I know they're probably hitting the bag and going to BJJ a lot. My problem is, are they sparring still? Or is Nate still sparring? That's my question. Is the chin still there? Is everything still there?
I think his chin's probably still there. He's had a couple fights where he's really on. Like, he's stuffing takedowns, and I think a lot of it is just... It seems like how motivated he is. You know, I mean, they're amazing. I love the Diaz brothers, but sometimes it feels like he's just not in the zone for the fight. When he's picking people apart, he's stuffing takedowns. Then I think he could definitely beat Woodley, but I would think if they fought that Woodley's going to win a decision. It's going to be 5 rounds of wrestling.
So kind of like with Stipe and Ngannou, where he knows he has to wrestle.
Yeah, but Stipe and Ngannou, there were some good stand-up trades as well. Mm-hmm. When you're that big, when you're fighting that guy that big, take him down, man. Like, and Ngannou had no wrestling. He didn't grow up in Cameroon wrestling. Like you said, he was working his whole time.
Yeah, sand.
And I don't think there's a lot of great French wrestlers.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's kind of an American thing. Wrestling American and Russian.
Polish. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about with Lewis and Tybura. I wonder if they're gonna go all stand up. Mostly.
I think they probably will.
I'd love to see 3 rounds of just striking.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my god.
It's definitely a little more entertaining, unless you get a really good jiu-jitsu player and they're always trying to submit someone, and then it's interesting on the ground.
It's almost like a Diaz.
When they're just rolling around and catching each other and getting out, like the Demetrius Johnson Tim Elliott fight. That was really exciting. Do you remember that? Tim Elliott won the Ultimate Fighter Tournament of Champions.
Tim Elliott. Because he just fought, didn't he?
Yeah, he fought. His trainer just passed away. I think
was he on that card?
He is. I think I've been saying this a lot.
Last week?
I think he has the same trainer as Kevin Lee.
Okay.
Because they were both really bummed out that he passed. So
Yeah.
That they both worked with him, and Elliott's really good on the ground, and he almost submitted DJ. He got close. He's gotten closer, I think, than a lot of other people have. But then DJ was like, "I'm fine," and he got out of it, and then he kind of worked him for the rest of the fight.
Who did DJ last fight?
Not Wilson Hayes.
Because he did that crazy armbar on him.
Ray Borg.
Ray Borg, he's on a card in a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So that should be decent, because he was also somebody who was concerned about his weight cut.
Yeah.
He had an illness, I think. They tried to do another card with DJ.
He did that suplex of the armbar. I just watched a video of that today.
That is so scary. I didn't think that was going to happen, because he won. DJ was already going to win on card, and he goes, "Hey, let me just try this real quick."
Yeah, there's this video I was watching of DJ, a guy, it was like a skateboarder, Paul Rodriguez.
Oh, P-Rod, yeah. Hell yeah.
So he's doing this thing with professional athletes called Can I Hang?
Okay.
So he went and trained with DJ, and they were in the pool doing work, and then they did some kickboxing, and he looked like he'd done that before.
Well, he's probably flexible being a skateboarder. You have to be pretty athletic.
But then he's like, "We're grappling," and the DJ's like, "Now you get to see what it's like to get grappled by a chocolate man." That's what DJ said. And dude, he was just laying there, the Paul Rodriguez guy, and DJ just had him 15 different submissions and arm bar, all different chokes.
I bet P-Rod would be good at kicking. Because of your legs.
It looked like he was pretty
when you're
decent,
skateboarding, you're just... But yeah, that upper body would be a problem, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he knew what he was doing. I think he'd sparred before at least, or
probably trained
done some training. But the grappling, he's definitely never done. DJ was like butter. He was just cutting through. And he did that to Wilson Hayes. He had him so tired. And Wilson Hayes is a huge jiu-jitsu guy. I mean, that's his strong suit. And he did not want to tap to that armbar that DJ had him in, but he just worked him and tapped. I think it was an armbar is what he had him in. But
I kind of wonder if DJ doesn't lose his belt, if he's just gonna bounce out eventually.
A Dillashaw fight will be interesting. I think he wins though.
When is that?
I don't think it's confirmed yet, but John Dodson was talking about how he knocked out Dillashaw. I don't know if you remembered that. And Dodson he wasn't able to beat DJ. I think he cracked DJ once. Yeah.
Well, they've had, 2 or 3?
Yeah.
3, I think, maybe? Or just 2? I think just 2, right?
Yeah.
Him and Dodson had 2 battles.
But Dodson says he doesn't see Dillashaw winning that fight against DJ. And, I mean, once again, Dillashaw could knock him out, but after that weight cut, I don't know. I don't think he can compete with DJ on the ground. And I was watching a fight or a breakdown of everything DJ does, just his boxing and how he's inside foot, outside foot, and how he's always setting something up. There's always this greater plan that he has. It's not I'm just gonna wing it and try to hit you now. It's everything's a setup, and he's got like 10 options from each setup, you know. And I just think that his fight IQ, he's thinking, it's like, you know, chess. He's just way ahead of everybody else on that. And, you know, Dillashaw could get lucky and clip him, but I think that's the only way he wins that fight.
I've never seen another. It gives me the chills when we watch him fight, DJ fight, and you see his corner, how he reacts.
Yeah.
I've never heard a fighter, win or lose, going, okay, yes sir,
yeah.
Okay, yes. He's like a student in a classroom.
Yeah.
And being nice to the teacher. It is so crazy, even though he is a how many time champion? 5, 6, 7? Something nutty. A lot time champion. And he still has
the record.
He still has the humble to say, yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Or no, he tied Anderson Silva's record. Or maybe he beat it with that last fight.
He's going to. Unless TJ throws a...
Well, I've seen fights of him where he intentionally takes someone to his corner. Like, he'll drag him over to his corner. And Matt Humes would be like, okay, now I want you to pass guard now. And he'll explode and pass guard. And, okay, now let's set up the armbar. And, like, the guy's right there and he hears all this. He knows what's coming. He just can't stop it. And DJ listens to Matt Hume always. Like, it's cool to see because they have like a really good relationship. Seems like they respect each other.
Is he out of Washington or Oregon? Is he up Pacific?
I think he's I think he's in Washington.
So maybe him and Chael
yeah
hanging out.
But
Shannon.
He does a lot of Twitch stuff too.
DJ.
Yeah.
I heard
he
that
doesn't
on
have
the
a lot of followers on there quite yet, but you know, he plays a lot and I've watched a couple of his stuff.
I bet he's good, dude.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's a very intelligent person.
I think he's pretty good, but you know, some of these guys, they literally play
all day.
Yeah, you're talking 14 hours a day.
Legit professional.
I have gone to bed, woken up and gotten on Twitch, and the guys are still going hard.
Dude, I remember that time you threw on Skyrim.
Yeah.
And you got it through Redbox.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I can't even think of what this game is like. Because you're just saying, okay, it's all this setups and all these pre-things.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
the Elder Scrolls, they have something that's similar to World of Warcraft. Now it's like it's an open world RPG where you do missions with people and you can do PvP and it's a fun game. I thought about getting it again, but I don't want to buy an Xbox and all that. I was thinking about getting a gaming computer too, but probably should pay off the old credit card.
And you know what? You can do that later.
Just buy more stuff.
When you have a kid and a dog,
you can't afford, yeah.
When you have a bunch of fucking little Dylans.
Cool. So yeah, I'm excited for this card this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's President's Day. Everybody's got a day off on Monday, so
besides me, it's okay.
You know what?
I love my job, so
yeah, it's not a job. Yeah. It's not a job, man.
Just hanging out.
But yeah, everybody have a good weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
3-day weekend.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, dude, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
I'm sure you'll be on some future ones
definitely.
very soon.
I'm always down. So
everybody, stay cool this weekend. All right.